Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Michael from 3D Print Everything, and what we've got here is a brand new KingRoon KP3. So from my understanding, this is an upgraded version of their older one, which I also bought two of those. But I had posted this as a good budget printer and 3D Print Everything for profit, and I'd recommended one of my clients buy a couple of these without me even using them. So this is my honest first impression. I've literally just cracked the box open. So let's go through unpacking this, assembling it, and seeing what we think of this guy. So first off, we've got our filament holder, kind of obvious. And I'm going to apologize now that this is not a professional studio. This is my full-time business, and I'm filming on my my phone here. I might look around to see. I thought I had a phone stand, but I'll make this work. Anyways, there's that. Got our power cable. Nice. A little bit of sample filament. Standard large power supply. Cool. So at least it's not like the cheap little pancake ones that overheat. I bought one other mini printer and it came with a non-standard one of these, and that was kind of a problem. Alright, what do we got here? Oh look, there's our Z-rod. Okay. Let's look at the accessories. So, always more of that. Another SD card. Look at that. Actually came with a spare sensor and nozzle. That's neat. Some extra bolts. Cool. Everything you need. Alright, it looks like... yeah, look at that. There's the business. Looks like a printed part. Not sure. Oh, that went on the... that's the end cap for the thing there. Okay. Cool. So here's our printer. So it looks like... yeah, the X... okay, so it is all together. Alright, I'm going to put the phone down for a half second. Alright. So, how awesome is this? And I'm not going to lie, I bought one other $100 printer, and it was junk. And when you pulled it out, it looked like junk. This, I mean, feeling the assembly like this is heavy. This is solid. It looks proper. That's where we got our motherboard and everything. I mean, they really properly, I think, put all that in there. We've got a nice tiny touch screen. Apparently on their first model, the touch screen was about right here. So the build plate would go over that, and that would make it a little tricky. But yeah, it looks like this is just going to go in here and get two screws holding it in place. And then we'll put our rod in here. So I'm going to pause this video, and we'll go ahead and put together our couple of things. It looks like literally the only assembly is going to be this Z screw that I already got some dirt on. There we go. Let's just see. Maybe I'll keep it running. Maybe I can do this with the phone running here. But I mean, everything looks pretty solid. I mean, look at this hot end here. Okay, it's not a dual gear hot end, but it's still a proper direct drive setup. Got a nice V6 heat brake, proper fan shroud system. I mean, this is pretty nice. You know, could you optimize this more? Maybe. But I'm liking the hot end setup. There's your part cooling fan. So all that from the factory, that looks pretty dang stout. I mean, and you've got a linear rail on it. That's not going anywhere. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna roll back and forth real nice, all the way to the edge there. I mean, this is gonna be great for anything under this size. I'm super excited. All right, yeah, I am gonna pause this video. I'm gonna put the rest of it together, and I'm gonna time it so you can see. I'm betting this takes less than 30 minutes. Put your guess in the comments below, and we'll follow up here shortly. Okay, So from the moment of me pulling this printer out of the box to having it right here, which is the leveling stage, when I give it a nice little self-level before we print, took about 4 minutes. So I literally didn't need to pause that video, but I just want you to see that this printer only needs these two screws right here, those two, and your Z put into place, and it's ready to go. I have done absolutely nothing else to this. I take that back. I plugged this in. Okay, so we plugged that in, ready to go right there. 4 minutes outside of the box. I'm super impressed so far. Alright, I literally just hit self-level 1, so it's on point 1 of the leveling. We can see that that's pretty darn close, but we could probably... Oh, I hit another point. Let's go on to another point there. Yeah, it looks like that's probably a little low. Let's see if we can... increase that. Actually, I think the Z needs to go down. Yeah, because this feels pretty good. I'm going to tighten this back up. Okay, so what we're going to do, I just hit another point, is check this out. Right here, it's got a nice little... This is one of the best Z switches, at least adjustment switches I've seen so far. So I'm going to go back on the screen, move, get to where you can see it. We'll go Z up. Let's make it go... Oh, not E. Okay, go up, Z. There we go. And we're going to tighten this so that it goes down. Back to leveling, point 1. So yeah, this is how you level this thing. You just hit the points. You can adjust it here. Or you can adjust it here. But you just want to get that nozzle pretty dang close. But yeah, I mean, from what I'm seeing so far, I was impressed by the ad. Looking pretty impressed so far by the leveling process. It looks like we're just about there. Probably about there is what we want to see, right guys? Let's go to our second point. So this is how I level something. You just see that there's a nice, just want a little bit of a gap there. I mean, it even comes with a magnetic build plate. I mean, like, I'm just really, like, paying attention to that. Like, how neat is that? For a $150 printer, you get direct drive, 2 linear rails, magnetic build plate, adjustable Z limiting switch, properly done up wires, assembled in 4 minutes, color touchscreen, a proper power supply. I mean, what more do you want? You know, the only thing that's holding this back from being the best printer in the world is its size, which is 180, which honestly speaking is also an advantage, because for just about any one of those printers, for 2 of those printers I could fit 4, you know, in the same square space. And if we build, you know, just one little print thing to put around this, we could stack these real close next to each other. If we leave them like this, you've got, you know, a shelf that I could stack, you know, 4 or 5, maybe even, I don't know. You could easily stack these guys up. I'm pretty impressed so far. Man, at $150, if I even became a reseller for them, what would my markup be? 5, 10, 20 bucks at best? But alright, we're gonna run a print on this and see the print quality. But I am hella impressed so far. I'm already thinking like, okay, how do I possibly mount something up here that I can then do a filament holder up top here. That's probably what I'm going to try to figure out how to do at some point. But for right now, super impressed with the build quality. I mean, everything feels really good. This thing feels solid. There's nothing rickety-rackety about it. Nice cut aluminum, all nice parts. So, heck yeah, guys. I'll follow up with this here shortly. So, we've got our printing. And not gonna lie, it's looking pretty great. And some nice silky blue off to the side here. But honestly speaking, if you wanted to stack these up in a farm setting, you know, I mean, look at that footprint. That footprint is rather small, aside from your filament sticking over the side there. But just standing this guy up in the back fits right there just perfectly. I mean, this is yeah, it's pretty nice. I'll update when this finishes here. We're gonna max out the Z height on this print. We're gonna do a nice model. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this guy. I even like the little instructions on on your Z height there. So that's perfect. Yeah, they really listened to the community on this build. They built a really decent printer, and the community told them how to improve it, and this is what they came out with. So good job, KingRoon, if y'all are watching. Otherwise, everybody else, give me your feedback. What do you think? I know it might have been ballsy recommending one of my clients buy 10 of these guys, but I think I'm going to end up standing by my decision there because this is looking pretty solid so far. Let me know what y'all think. Thanks, guys.